before I move on, there are killings in the southeast that the media is not carrying. There are killings in the southeast. Young men are being taken out of their homes and are being killed by the Nigeria police and army. And we are raising this alarm so that the world will hear and see what is happening. The genocide, the secret genocide that is happening in the southeast. We are concerned about the life of our citizens, and the government should take note that the army, the police are killing innocent citizens in the southeast, especially Imo State. Okay, what does the nation have for us this morning? Above the masthead, Presidency ICPC recovered 189 billion from inflated budgets. Presidency ICP recovered 189 billion from inflated budgets. Say Nigerians will praise Buhari at end of his tenure. Remember, today is May 29, that was celebrated as Democracy Day, but it has been shifted by the government of Buhari to June 12. Okay, says Nigeria will praise Buhari at end of his tenure. EFCC, 14.6 billion jewelry, 14.6 billion naira jewelry, $80 million houses seized from the Ziani. 14.6 billion naira jewelry, $80 million houses seized from the Ziani. House decries pace of disposal of ex-ministers' seized assets. The main headline on the Nation newspaper this morning: insecurity. 63 killed in fresh Benue, Kaduna, Rivers, Delta attacks. 63 killed in fresh Benue, Kaduna, Rivers, Delta attacks. Outrage over killings as Benue under attack trends on Twitter. Outrage over killings as Benue under attack trends on Twitter. 7 gunmen killed preparing to attack Rivers police station. 7 gunmen killed by the police preparing to attack Rivers police station. 10 killed in bandits reprisal attacks in Kaduna. 3 policemen die in attack on Delta station. 3 policemen die in attack on Delta station. Many feared kidnap on Kaduna-Abuja highway. Many feared kidnap on Kaduna-Abuja highway. National Day of Mourning. CSOs protest killings in Abuja. National Day of Mourning. CSOs protest killings in Abuja. This is a picture of some of suspected gunmen arrested in the forest between Obigbo and Elime local government areas in Rivers State. Some of the government were arrested yesterday. IPOB stay-at-home order. Fear of violence, bloodshed spreads in southeast. IPOB stay-at-home order. Fear of violence, bloodshed spreads in southeast. Remember, May 31st is the day that has been set aside for IPOB stay-at-home order by the indigenous leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, let's move over to the Saturday Sun newspaper. Bandits kill 60, displaced many in fresh Kaduna Benue Taraba attacks. Bandits kill 60, displaced many in fresh Kaduna Benue Taraba attacks. Community banishes pastor, sacks church over fetish practices. Community banish pastor, sacks church over fetish practices. IPOB sit-at-home order causes tension. IPOB sit-at-home order causes tension. Buhari has recorded giant strides in 6 years. That's from the presidency. Buhari has recorded giant strides in 6 years from the presidency. President yet to reward those of us who worked for him since 2015. That is from Ambassador Kasai. President yet to reward those of us who worked for him since 2015. Nothing has changed under him, General Ishola Williams. Nothing has changed under him. Lamentation, the main headline on the Saturday Sun newspaper. Lamentation greets 22 years of democracy. Our leaders have failed. Lamentation greets 22 years of democracy. Our leaders have failed. Afenifere, Ohanese, ACF, Middle Belt Forum, Sokapu order says that our leaders have failed. Why Nigeria can't develop without restructuring? From Peter Obi. Why Nigeria can't develop without restructuring? Okay, I with me, Sunday. Sunday, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, my viewer, the people that like me. I don't know that I'm very important. Many people that called me yesterday for appreciation and people that contribute to my head. I don't know what to say because all what I have to say is God. Mrs. Helen Makoro, the anonymous, that's how I should not mention your name. Daddy, that was just advising me yesterday, many of you, I appreciate. And those people that I do not remember their name, Mommy Kashi, many of you, I appreciate all of you for what you do. And that is why everybody, we have joy to come here and speak to you people. And I appreciate very well. I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much for what you have done. And God will continue to bless all of you. And I want to assure you that any 10 naira that come, I must use it for the purpose of what you come for. And I say, may God bless all of you and your family. None of you will pass through anything in life. Not by my power, but I believe God can do it. In Jesus' name. I appreciate everyone. Even though I don't call your name, please, I appreciate your call, your reward. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, let me call Mommy Kachi. Thank you very much. Oyetunji Emmanuel, a big thank you. Mukoro, Helen Mukoro also. He missed that name out, so we are saying a big thank you. Thank you for supporting our
great
guy. He's a great guy.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's move to the business of today. Today is supposed to be Democracy Day.
For which country where they want to democracy?
June 12.
Oh.
May 29. Usually we celebrate Democracy Day. Looking at Buhari's 6-year tenure, how has he performed under democracy?
Buhari have killed the democracy. That is why nothing is working. A country that the government did not work and obey the rule of democracy, that country can never work. Because under Buhari, he have disobeyed every law. Even law that ban even the legislature. That's why you see the legislation, the legislature, looters, the legislator. Now they call them now because our money now they loot them. All of them. Under them, nothing work. Light, no day. Insecurity, problem. High cost of food in the market, wahala. NEPA bill don plenty pass house rent. My brother, and we want to celebrate democracy for this kind of situation, for this Nigeria, where only thing that our government is talking about is vaccine. You understand? The vaccine, because that vaccine, even though you go to the street, I want you people to go to the street. Ask people, how many of you have received that vaccine that they bring to this country? If one pastor says something that if to make heaven is something that government can buy, many of us will not see it. They will buy it, wait for their children wey they never see. And that is the one that they see. They have been keeping it for their children. That is a one man go hold 28.3 trillion inside one bank. That is a former chief of army staff, Abihu. He had that money in UK, one man. And Buhari borrowed 33 trillion. Nigeria is owing almost $33 trillion. But one man hold 28.3 trillion in your account. My brother, is that the way we will continue in this country? And you are talking about democracy.
He has not done anything.
He has not done anything. No. Me, I have never seen anything Buhari do.
Anything at all.
Why? Are we blind? Nothing Buhari have achieved to this. Only way I bring to this country be say, now hardship, our mama, our brother, our sister could not have anything to eat again. If you sick, go to hospital. No only God go save you because no equipment. You understand? No equipment in many of those government hospitals. But only when you go to private, they will have your time. Little, you understand? But when you go to government hospital, you are your own. When I went there, I see how people were just lining up. Because of, if you go there, somebody that want to die, you tell him to go and sit down. And his life is still in 50-50. My brother, if you know weakness something, you will not know that. You will not know what is happening in this country. That's why nothing. Nobody who appreciate Buhari now. Buhari, what I expect from him, as all of them, as they come, they will have changed Nigeria, make things favor to everybody. But this one, now confusion. Today now there is confusion in Lagos because of primary election. Because of what? Because of what? They want to do election. That's why everybody primary election for APC. Where I don't know where they carry they come from. And people they tell you are still running following those people. We don't chop their wealth. People who don't chop what belong to them. People who don't take everything that belong to them. You say most celebrate democracy. Only the problem of them now is hip hop. You understand? The hip hop you are arresting, those people, they are not killing innocent people. They are killing people that are after them. Those are the Iflani terrorists. when we comot the Fulani terrorists, everybody. That's why I always say that me, I support divination. Divination is one of the things that will change this country. If they cannot divide it, because our youth that are talking that they want to take over power, for which platform? I've never seen a poster of youth party anywhere. The only way what you'll be seeing is APC, PDP, APC. Those are the people.
PDP? You see PDP?
Even in this local government chairman, I have not seen a PDP poster anywhere.
I think it's only APC.
It's the only APC. That is why I tell you that nothing will different in that place. Everything will still remain the same. Why are they after sit at home of IPOP? Why are they afraid of sit at home? Because the voice of the leader of Biafra is more than the voice of Nigeria president himself. If we talk, if we know the kind of way they say they hide, even anywhere where in there, if we talk, the whole world knows that somebody don't talk. That's why we will still like him. I like Sunday Boho. I don't like cold people. I only like rugged men. That anything that they want, they must do it. This is what we want. And that is why we will respect that we cannot follow government that don't fight for us. Government cannot fight for you. Only one thing government can do, it may send police or soldier to go and kill innocent people, kill our youth in the east. You understand? And kill, and after they kill, they still what belong to them. That is why Fulani is now #1 citizen in Nigeria. Kawo #1 citizen. The Fulani where they had them, #2 citizen. I don't know who, Hausa, #4, Abi 3rd. The rest,
Yoruba.
We are Yoruba. Yoruba people follow Hausa, that's 4th. Igbo, they are still calling them minors. And you see, I expect those people to sit down with people that don't value them. They look at them as if they are not among the country. And you expect me, those people, to come and follow them. You understand? So, that is one of the reasons. Look at Benue State.
I want to read one thing.
Okay.
Buhari's administration has recorded giant strides in 6 years.
Giant.
Buhari's administration.
Who are the people saying the presidency?
Yes.
The presidency. Do you think that the presidency, the money they are stealing in Aso Rock, can they, because Buhari just look everybody, they steal money, they embezzle our right, nothing to write to my bad, and you expect the president to come speak against Buhari?
Femi Adesina said
that one has first me, no call his name again. That one
areas including health, education, security, agriculture, sports,
security,
anti-corruption, human development, housing, oil and gas, foreign relations that have yielded positive results and the response to COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay. This Adesina, what you call her, Nahulons, Garba Shehu, Nahulons, all those are the people causing the havoc. You go hear them talk, say non-state actor. Maybe na Mr. Lucky, I be Mr. Raphael, I be me, now who be the non-state actor. They have never tell us those people will be the non-state actor. That they are the ones that come out to tell us that the why Buhari is not performing is because of the non-state actor. We have never known those non-state actors till today. Who are the non-state actors? And they are there. And they think that why they forget themselves, say that the main actor that is causing havoc in this country because of what? They are all trans. Why would Adesina will not come out? Abi Garba Shehu will say, this is our regime, we have not done anything, we should do more. Okay? That is why they have nothing to offer to this country. You understand? You know, I don't want to use thunder again because one of my daddy was just speaking to me yesterday that I should forgive the leader. Man, I know they use thunder for them. But the thunder, make I no talk. That's why I respect the daddy who advised me yesterday. Say make I leave them for God. You understand? God go judge them for there. That is what I have to say. I cannot say more. Thank you so much. I appreciate my viewer, and because of you people, that is why we come here. Thank you so much.
No. I disagree.
Okay. Democracy. We are supposed to celebrate democracy. Score Buhari for 6 years. What has Buhari done for 6 years? Give me a score.
You know, when we are talking of democracy, according to Abraham Lincoln, I quote, and it is written, Abraham Lincoln defined democracy as government of the people, for the people, and by the people. According to JBC Onwubiko, he defined democracy as acknowledgement of the masses and with understanding and belief of the masses. I go ahead. Ask me another question.
What has Buhari done in the past 6 years that you can congratulate him on?
I have nothing to offer Buhari as I don't have a president, to tell you the truth. Buhari is the president of himself and his family, and nothing else. He's not a president. He's not my friend. He's not a president of Nigeria. He ruling himself.
So if you go outside, they ask who's your president. So
Buhari government is anarchy. The meaning of anarchy is a place where there is no rules and regulation that regarding their place. He ruling Nigeria out of his own power. If you talk, he will send soldiers and police to go and kill you. It's not a democratic dividends.
Are you a Nigerian?
I'm not a Nigerian.
Then who are you?
I'm Biafra.
Do you have a Biafra passport?
I have a Biafra passport, and I'm indigenous of Biafra. I born and brought up, and I school in Biafra. I have never benefited anything in Nigeria. Say this is what I obtain from Nigeria.
IPOB sits at home order. Would you honor it?
Yeah, I honor them and I respect them more than president.
More than president?
Yeah.
So if you are there, you will sit at home?
I'm telling you nothing but the truth.
Okay.
Because I took it on notice and the succession that I did not have a president.
But we see Buhari once in a while. Buhari is there.
I don't want to see him, and I have ever for my life dream that I will see a person like him, because person like him is not a good president. He rule like Indian men of Uganda. Person who drink human blood is how Buhari is ruling us. Let me ask you a question as a journalist. Have you seen a place that have a problem where your president appear for that place?
Chad. Niger Republic.
Niger Republic
Chad.
Is where it come from. The problem of Nigeria is not its own problem. I'm telling you nothing but the truth. He's not a good president. Since
So
where
what do you want to be done to him? If he's not a good president, what do you want to be done?
Let him leave the office.
Let him resign.
It's not important to the tax. You're not supposed to be there. He did not merited it.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you. My name is Lazarus Igwe, a native of Ebonyi State.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, Mr. Lucky.
Good morning, my brother. Good morning, good morning.
Yeah, a wonderful morning to see you.
Thank
I'm
you.
very happy to see you.
Yeah.
Today is May 29. We are supposed to be celebrating democracy. Look at Buhari's regime for the past 6 years. Can you score him? Give him a scorecard.
Thank you very much, Mr. Christian, and thank you for our viewers and abroad, Nigeria, all over the world. I want to thank you first for responding emergency for our brother, one of our brothers, Sunday. May God bless you. May God lift you up. May God help our viewer in abroad, those who are watching, those who are supporting one of our brother, Mr. Sunday. May God bless you. You live long. You will not die. COVID will not see you. Because now, I'm not assured now. I'm happy now that if there's emergency, that we have our brothers in abroad with the MD, the chairman of Philip TV, and the workers, the crew, when Sunday measure emergency about his leg, and I can see the response from our viewers. May God bless you. I give you hand. I give you hand. Now, I rest assured now that I can talk against the government. That if anything happens.
No, not that you talk against government. You be objective.
Yes. Because you know why? Let me tell you. See, okay, said, let's say the truth. If you talk the truth, you die. You tell lie, you die. So, fella, today. So, Mr. Christian, there's nothing hiding. The whole world is watching us. So let's say the truth. The world believe the truth. Our viewer believe the truth. So thank you very much. May God bless you, the viewer. Thank you very much.
Buhari administration has recorded giant strides in 6 years. That's from presidency. They have done well. That's what they are saying. They are saying in a statement issued by Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, listed 25 areas, including health, education, security, agriculture, sports, anti-corruption, human development, housing, oil and gas. What's the you looking at me? Foreign relations that have yielded positive results, and the response to COVID-19 said they have tried in this area.
Let me score him now. Score this government of Buhari. Number one, health. If you go to mortuary, you see millions of Nigerians lie down there. That is health. If you go to road,
education. Let me call it for you.
Education. Our students at home, ma'am. They are in home. They are in home now. They are not safe. School is not safe. That is for education. Agriculture. The farmer can't go to farm. Bandits are killing them in the farm.
Food are expensive.
Food are very expensive. A yam now under Buhari, a tuber of yam is 2,015. The biggest one. That's for agriculture. Sport. Are we sport? It's just my place that just manage and do their festival. They were even asking for money. To even make festival. Federal government cannot even release money for them. It's a shame to the federal government. That's for sport. What? Anti-corruption. Is it the money they are sharing? Is it the money they are borrowing, sharing in Asoro? Is it the Zani money they are sharing in Asoro? Is it money that came out the 4.something million pounds that the accountant general said they have transferred to Delta State? At the end, the money was not transferred. Is that so? This government has called them zero for corruption. Zero.
Okay. Human development.
Oh my God! Everybody is only scattered. Everybody, nothing. This government has failed. We don't need to hide. Buhari has failed. Adesina has failed. Vice President has failed. All of them has failed. Nothing you can boast of it. Nothing we can remove. We only survive it by God. You know it now as a journalist. My brother, as we are talking here, is God though. And our viewer who is watching us. Do you think Buhari watch this thing? Adesina watch this thing? But what we are saying, I score Buhari zero because nothing. We can't zero. No. Okay, can you tell me this year now? What the benefit this year? Let me tell you, the highest things I can score Buhari again now is condolence. Every day, killing, 150, kidnapping, everything under his watch. So what are you scoring for what? A father that cannot address his children and the nation is not a father. Since Buhari entered, has he been able to make that chart? Has he sit to the people and tell what is going on in Nigeria? Now, he's boasting, the government is boasting that we have done enough. See, anger. Everybody's angry in Nigeria. A drivers, a conductor. Everybody has become a conductor in Nigeria here now. So Nigeria is angry. Nothing is working. So before, I used to be proud of Nigeria. But this time around, my brother, no.
IPOB sit at home. They are threatening Southeasterners that if you sit at home, you are risking your life. What will you say about that?
After all Nigeria is already at home. We are all sitting at home every day. You see us here. If you go around now, people are just roaming about. Nothing is working. They are just going around. Sit at home, yes, they have their right because you don't have government. Yes, and I want that to happen in the whole Nigeria. Let everybody sit at home. Let them know that this government is not working. But let me tell you secretly. In the Southwest now, let's say Lagos. Lagos doing the election today. All the youth, they are in local government now. All our youth are in local government now. Instead of them to say no for election. So my brother, I want to thank the viewers. I want to thank the viewers again. God bless you. You live long. Anything you ask for, God will give it to you. Thank you for supporting us. One of our man Sunday. Thank you.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
I don't know.
My speech, right from the time Hey, you know me.
I know you.
I don't speak carnally.
Controversial pastor.
Spiritually.
I don't speak carnally.
Inspired.
In carnal, you cannot see anything. Nobody, people don't understand me. In carnal, you cannot see anything. But in spiritual, you can understand what is going on.
So what is going on in the spirit?
The
Buhari has been
spirit,
about 6 years. What is going on
listen
in
to
the
me. Nigeria don't understand spiritual matter. When king was ruling before, a prophet tell a king what to do as spiritual prophet. A priest tell a king what to do as spiritual priest. Priest hear from the ancestors, the prophet hear from God. And they danger the king. King know what to do and make king be in peace. Do you have that kind of thing here? You know what is going on here? When there's a spirit in the realm of spirit, there's peace physical. There's a war in the realm of spirit. There's a problem.
between who and who?
You don't understand. It's a mystery.
Explain.
Now, everybody talk bad of the government. That's what I'm against you. Everybody bad of the government. Bible not tell me that government can help me. Say righteousness will help me. You hear that? Bible will be the king of this world, the planet.
Where the wicked is on the throne.
I'm coming. Bible said that righteousness will help me, not president, not king.
Where is it in the Bible?
Now for you. Proverbs chapter 14 verse 34. It said righteousness exalt nation, not this useless thing.
A nation.
Yes. Now you can help me. I'm a nation.
A nation.
We are a nation.
The Bible was saying.
Oh, you don't understand the mystery. I'm
nation.
coming.
Okay.
You don't understand the mystery. When a nation exalted, everybody would enjoy it.
Okay. Score Buhari. What has Buhari achieved?
He achieved a lot.
Okay.
Let me tell you how he achieved.
Wait. When it comes to health, what has he achieved?
When you make a wrong statement. APC government don't achieve. Buhari achieve.
What has Buhari achieved?
Now APC no achieve. Get it sent.
I agree. No achieve.
APC no achieve. Buhari achieve.
What did Buhari achieve?
Buhari achieve a lot.
In health, what does he achieve?
Health is perfect.
What?
Listen to me. What you need to understand. Anybody that fear God, anywhere you go see favor. Government.
Why
if you don't fear God, you can't see favor of government.
When you go to
government go do it, you go see because you are blind.
Hospital, there are no drugs.
Every hospital is perfect. People are treating.
What has Buhari achieved in health? What?
People are going to hospital, take medicine and take them.
Which hospital?
Do you go, you know, take?
Can you prove? Which hospital?
Where?
Have you gone to the hospital?
I go to Kenya.
What is the name of the hospital?
The hospital, general hospital.
And you go there and you say what?
Everything perfect. They give me everything. You don't know what is going on. Government achieve a lot. In security, one of our great men died. Government lose him. It pain government. It pain me. General in tower, he died. It pain me. As they kill that man that died. For the sake of Nigerian security problem. Are we blind not to see? Are we blind? If government loses a man, his wife and children, government lose a general. A general.
Is Nigeria secure?
Lose. I'm coming.
Is Nigeria secure?
I'm coming. You say government no work.
Is Nigeria secure?
I'm coming now. You say government no work. Yeah, you say government no work.
No work.
When you be a president, you don't know what they must lecture you about government. When you are ruling a nation, you are standing in a ship post. Anything that happens all over the country, you are sending what security can solve the matter. You move out there to go and fight.
Is Nigeria secure?
It's secure perfectly.
Can you go to Nigeria State?
No problem.
You can go.
People are flying down there and come back now.
Boko Haram took over 50 villages in Nigeria State.
It's a lie talk. People are going there and come back every day.
Have you been to Nigeria State before?
Oh, you know what?
Have you been to Nigeria State before?
You go there.
I'm asking you, have you been to Nigeria State?
Have you go there?
Have you been to Nigeria State?
It's a monkey rumor.
Pastor,
they are talking talk.
It seems you don't have points.
I understand.
Give me a point.
Point I give you. Government is working perfectly. All these guys are driving.
That is not a point.
I'm coming now.
What has government done?
Government is doing a lot. I'm enjoying government.
In security, what has government done?
In security, I'm secure now. I'm standing here. What did I do? When did you do me? What did happen to me?
In agriculture.
Agriculture. Go to every shop. You can buy 20 bags of rice, 200 bags of rice.
How much?
Go there, you go see.
How much?
Are we lacking food?
Do you have 5,000 with you?
Are we lacking food?
Do you have 5,000 with you?
I have even a million. A million? Money. Sit down. Complain. Why are you complaining? Why are you complaining?
Okay, any final statements?
Final statement. Stop complaining.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bible not say that you should what complain. He say what? Pray to them.
Thank you very much.
Understand me?
Thank you very
what you need to know. Righteousness exalt the nation, no be seen, no be bad people stand there, bad, and talk.
Thank you very much, Pastor. I appreciate it. Thank you very
If
much.
you sin, repent. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm enjoying my country.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry.
I'm so enjoying it.
Morning, sir. Morning, sir.
Can you respond to Pastor?
No. Everybody is entitled to his
Okay,
view.
what
I don't want to join issues with his own issue. You understand? He's talking from the spiritual angle. I am talking from the physical angle. What I am seeing as an individual. Well, this APC government that is led by Muhammadu Buhari has not achieved anything.
Yeah.
His policy are not consistent. When you talk about education, it's only in Lagos State that we are only enjoying free education. Other states, they are not enjoying free education. Go to the northern part of Nigeria. Most of them are out of school. They are in IDP camp. You understand? So that alone, I don't score him. He did not score anything. When you talk about security, there are nepotism, there are corruption in the security aspect. He's choosing from one-sided part of the country, which does not move the security apparatus forward. If you read yesterday's paper, they said because of the new Chief of Army Staff, they are going to retire about 25 generals. They are going to retire. My question is this: is that a retired general, should be able to have the different intelligence reports. Who are the people that can do it? He shouldn't look at the region, but it's too sentiment. In security, they have failed. In this Buhari administration, they have killed more people than that of the 16 years of PDP. More people have died. Then in terms of transportation, they have not done anything. Rather, they have improved depth in Nigerian system. Very soon you will discover that Nigerian they will sell us to China, because most of the transportation and everything is loan that we borrowed from China, and I don't see any cash flow policy that the government is putting in place to repay back. Then let's look at this aspect of earth. Go and check all the federal hospitals. None of them are working effectively. The government are not even paying them well. They are not paying them well. Look at the hazard allowance they say they want to pay them. Up till now, they have not paid them that hazard allowance. And you say this government has achieved. With all due respect, I believe that the people that are around the presidency are not telling the presidency the truth. And even the presidency is not coming out to even see whether what these people are telling him are the truth. So Buhari as an individual is a general. Even if he fails in every other aspect, he shouldn't fail in the aspect of security. But that aspect is the one is called a negative report. Okay. Then in the other aspect, which other aspect will I look at? Agriculture is zero. Is negative zero, because people no longer go to farm any longer. The rate at which people purchase, the purchasing power has reduced, and the cost of acquiring all these foodstuff is very high. A tuber of yam is sold for 2,000. A bag of rice is sold for 28, 25, depending. And the local rice are even more expensive than the foreign rice. You can see, and the Fulani herdsmen are not allowing people to go to the farm to go and farm. And that is not an achievement. During the past administration, they have agricultural scheme whereby the farmer enjoys certain benefits from the government. But in this aspect, we don't have. The youth, I was listening to Oni of Ife. He said they should boast on themselves that all these politicians, how many of them can go to their constituency and stay 1 week? That they've neglected from the age of 18 to 35. And these are the people that they use during election. This government, as I've seen it, they have failed and they don't have anything to offer. My best advice is that they should resign, or they should employ competent people that can take over the country. That's my take, sir.
Thank you very much.
No,
Thank you very much.
I don't tell her, wait, I beg now. I don't tell her already.
MC Grammar.
No, I don't discuss
Go talk
that.
to you.
Wait.
On Monday.
Now Monday. What's happened?
I go tell you.
Well, I don't buy me. Make
No,
I know now.
no, don't buy you.
I don't comment myself too. Me, I dey talk for fun before they talk they go. Now for fun,
Good
I
morning.
dey talk before. Well, I don't buy me. I don't talk again.
Mr. Matthew, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, let's talk about the performance of Buhari when it comes to. Let's look at democracy, how democratic has his government been, and also score him for the past 5-6 years.
I saw that statement that came from Adesina, one of the special advisors to the President of Media. I think it's unfortunate. And I don't know why Adesina had decided to ridicule Buhari. Because for me, he's embarrassing Mr. President by that speech. Because looking at sector by sector, looking at the country holistically.
Can I mention for you?
You can mention, but what I'm trying to say in essence is that I've not seen any area where the government have performed to have made Adesina to start praising the president. You see, let's take the sectors one after the other briefly. Look at health. Nigeria health sector is in crisis. Mr. President cannot, even a common medical checkup cannot be performed on him in Nigeria. Only recently, the wife of Mr. President raised an alarm that even the Asura clinic do not have paracetamol, do not have syringe. You understand? And this is a place where they vote billions of naira every fiscal year. Look at COVID-19. Nigeria was virtually relying on international communities for help. Common personal protective equipment, they don't have. If COVID-19 have ravaged Nigeria like America, like Italy, like China, like India, today, it's unfortunate. Nobody would have known what the situation would be. But it is God, the Almighty God, that will bring our help. So, in the health sector, Nigeria under this administration have scored 0.
Education.
Considering the fact that the government, even Mr. President, cannot have his health attend to in Nigeria here.
Education.
Education is 0. Why did I say so? Look at the number of times lecturers have been on strike. If you look at, I don't think there's any other administration where the lecturers have striked more than this administration. So, in education, we are not there. I don't see the reason Adesina decide to come and ridicule Mr. President. Let's look at security. Security is the worst. A situation where the Constitution gives Mr. President the mandate to protect life and property. And it's a cardinal aspect of the mandate given to the President by the Constitution. Because Section 14 of the National Constitution as amended says that the protection of life and property shall be the primary purpose of governance. And this government has grossly failed. Look at every strata of the society, every geopolitical zone, every state, every local government have its own fair share of the insecurity. And look at the underlying factor. It is always Fulani herdsmen. So what one we take away from the insecurity is that Mr. President is complacent because his ethnic group are the one perpetrating it. Look at what is happening in Benue State currently. There is systematic genocide taking place in Benue as we speak. And it's underreported. And it's allegedly being by the media. Though social media, you can see it. And it is allegedly being perpetrated by Fulani herdsmen. To the point that Mr. Governor of that state, Mr. Autumn, out of frustration, have told the citizens to approach their respective local government chairmen to have license for Dengons. And I wonder the extent to which they can defend themselves with Dengon against these Fulani herdsmen, these bandits that is coming with AK-47. It's unfortunate, and the government is not doing anything to address it. The government is not talking. You see a race being exterminated. In fact, what is happening in Benue State is genocide. And you are talking about security. In Nigeria, Nigerians provide security for themselves. Nigerians provide life for themselves.
Nigerians provide virtually everything. Look at the downstream sector of the economy, the petroleum sector. Only recently the governors connived and asked the federal government to remove subsidy totally. And if that happens, the price of premium motor spirit will be in the neighborhood of 300 and something naira to 400 naira. And if that happens, eventually, the economy of Nigeria will totally crash. As we speak, the economy is already in jeopardy. So look at, if you check indices of direct foreign investment into the oil and gas sector from outside the country into Africa, you see that a good number of trillions of dollars that came into Africa between 2015 and date, Nigeria is only able to attract about just 3 trillion out of about 30-something trillion. And if you look at our oil and gas deposit, we happen to have one of the largest oil deposits in Africa. So it tells you that we have people who are not competent to manage that sector. And when you promote mediocrity above meritocracy, it becomes counterproductive. It is part of the reason we are not seeing results in all of these areas. So which area will you say that this government has performed to have warranted an additional to have the effrontery to start telling us that the government has performed? Infrastructure. I think the only area they may have claimed to have performed is in the area of building railway, which have been in partnership with Chinese companies. And it comes with huge debt burden. And only God knows when and how we can offset those financial burden. I think the only area they have achieved tremendously is in the area of debt profile. Because I can understand, as at the last count, that this government, when they came on board, Nigerian debt profile was 12.12 trillion naira. As at 2020, the debt profile rose to 32.92 trillion naira. So many Mr. President Muhammad Buhari have so far borrowed 20.8 trillion naira. I think that is the only achievement that is noticeable. It's naira. I think that is the only achievement that is noticeable that have been recorded under Muhammad Buhari. Because I think Adesina was trying to justify the huge borrowing. And because if you look at the huge borrowing, you do not see it reflect in the lives of Nigerians. You do not see it reflect in terms of infrastructural development. You do not see it reflect in terms of improving the health sector. You do not see it reflect in terms of improving the educational sector. So the money they claim to be borrowing, the only way and the only area you can see it on ground is the railway he mentioned. Because I think perhaps because Chinese government, Chinese companies are the ones executing it directly. Nigerians are not the ones executing it. I think that's the only area you can see results. And look at in 2018, federal government withdrew $1 billion from SS crude account. And this is the money that belongs to the 3 tiers of government for the purpose of buying arms and ammunition, out of which $496 million was used to buy 12 Tucano, paid for 12 Tucano jets from America. Okay, if you less 496 million out of 1 billion, you know the difference. Just recently, the National Security Advisor and the Weather of Mungunu raised an alarm that the arms and ammunition that were bought by the former service chiefs are not on ground. Only for him to start resenting that statement, that assertion through his aides when people start raising issues. As we speak, the House that attempted to investigate it have backed down. We have not seen any result out of that investigation. So I think what is happening is corruption is the bane of the undevelopment, of the non-performance of this present government. And a situation where the government pride itself as a government that fights corruption from the onset. Let's look at the issue of anti-corruption. I don't know whether you can remember the issue of Babachi Lawa. Babachi Lawa was the former secretary to federal government. He was alleged to have spent 400 million naira to remove grass from IDP camps. Under the leadership of Saraki as the Senate president, he was investigated, he was indicted. At the point, the president set up a committee that equally indicted him. I think that committee was headed by Oshibanjo. He was fired. As we speak, he is working freely. He's not being prosecuted. Only recently, an in-law to Buhari, which the presidency have denied that he's no longer an in-law to Buhari, who happens to be the former director or an ND of Nigerian Mortgage Bank, was accused of millions, humongous amount that runs into billions of dollars. As we speak, I've not seen the conscious effort from the government to prosecute him. Is it the rule of law? The government has scored zero. Look at what happened at Lekki Toll Gate. Look at the show of shame of Nigerian military. Look at how unarmed Nigerians were summarily killed. You see what happened in Taraba State? A situation where IG Special Squad went to arrest a no kidnapping pin in the person of Wadume. And they were summarily killed by Nigerian army under the supervision of a Nigerian captain, a captain of Nigerian army. As we speak, even that captain and other soldiers have been indicted by a panel duly constituted by the former Chief of Defence Staff. As we speak, Malami, who is the Attorney General of Federation and Minister of Justice, took over the case and he didn't charge the military personnel to court, only with a flimsy excuse that the military high command refused to surrender them for prosecution. And now ask a question. The same Malami who wrote a petition that saw the acting former chairman of EFCC in the person of Magu relieved of his position can no longer write a petition, can no longer raise a memo to Mr. President to demand for the prosecution of indicted military personnel. So for me, this government is not fighting any corruption. I've not seen any area that this government has recorded success that warranted Mr. Adesina to have come to the press to start reading out the government's achievement. I think the only achievement, like I said before, is the borrowing, huge borrowing. And I think Adesina is trying to justify the borrowing by trying to attach infrastructure to those alleged expenditure. For me, those expenditure is alleged to have been, those monies are alleged to have been spent. Because for me, as a citizen of the country, I do not see any meaningful development in to justify the huge amount of money that is being spent. And again, that is why I am not confident to say I'm a Nigerian. I want the unity of Nigeria to be negotiated so that I know where my fate lies. Where I cannot continue keeping my destiny in the hands of people who are only interested in their pecuniary interests. And this is a political class that only in unison against the common man. All they do is in cahoots to share the national resources. They are not interested in the well-being of the man who is on the street. Look at what is happening in the power sector. We are talking of cost-reflective tariff. And Nigerians have been made to pay exorbitantly. Go and ask every consumer in Lagos State, they will tell you that what they are paying is not in commensurate with what they consume. And nobody's talking. So in Nigeria, the citizens are always at the representative end. National Assembly that was supposed to be a check and balance against the executive, they are not doing their job. National Assembly wanted to provide solution about the issue of kidnapping. Do you know what they want to do? Somebody raised a bill that want to criminalize ransom paying. The same Nigerians who are on the receiving end, who sell their belongings, who sell their life earning to secure the release of their loved ones in captivity. National Assembly want to criminalize and say if you pay ransom to release your loved ones, you will be jailed for 15 years. Instead of charging Mr. President to rise and defend the people, instead of indicting Mr. President for not carrying out his responsibility of protection of life and property, instead of trying to compel Mr. President to do the needful, instead of threatening to impeach Mr. President for failing to protect life and property, they want to criminalize Nigerians who are out of against all odds, selling all their life earnings, selling all their life savings, selling their property, selling their heritage to secure the release of their loved ones. It's unfortunate.
Okay. Any last statement?
The last statement is this. The government, Muhammad Buhari, should recognize that we are all human beings. that Yusuf Buhari, that his son, that was flown to abroad for medical checkup when he had that bike accident, that ordinary Nigerians equally have the same life that Yusuf have. Then again, that Nigerians should, Mr. President should allow the platform to bring everybody together to discuss about the unity of Nigeria. If they come and discuss it, if all the stakeholders decide that Nigeria should continue existing together, we continue existing. But if they decide that we part ways, let them part ways, because this system is no longer working. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Mr. Akule, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You are looking fresh this morning.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very
We
much.
celebrate May 29 as Democracy Day before it was shifted by Buhari's government to do so. So can you score Buhari? Give me a scorecard. Buhari and APC government.
I will score Buhari 0.0% because a president that cannot secure his country shouldn't worth celebrating. Should not worth celebrating. I will score them 0.0% because
Are you saying they have not done any?
the insecurity has overwhelmed all what he has done. Anything people are saying that he has done, the insecurity. Because when the life of citizenry that voted for you, that brought you to power, let's assume it's not everybody that voted him. When their life doesn't matter again to you, and it's the life of cows that matters. So such person is a failure to me. I've never seen and I will not see. And this morning, as they are doing their politics, all this, I vowed, I'm not going to be a partaker of any election in this country again. Yes, except referendum, except regional referendum on how everybody is going to stand on his own. But general election in this country, I'm not going to be a partaker of it.
I want to read something. Now, a statement issued by a special advisor to the president on media and publicity, that is Femi Adesina, listed 25 areas that the president has performed. 25 areas.
What area?
Health.
Okay.
Education.
Okay.
Security.
Okay.
Agriculture. Sport.
Okay.
Anti-corruption.
Okay.
Human development.
Okay.
Housing, oil and
Okay.
gas. Foreign
Okay.
relations.
Okay.
Can you, when it comes to health, can you
Thank you very much. When last did you see Adesina in Lagos on the street? When last did you see him on the street? When last do you see Adesina at Okoba Health Center? Or if I call Jaye Health Center here, he will sit down in the Hasso Rock and be telling us the health facilities in this country has improved under Buhari. You see, all of them, they are just sitting in a glass house and throwing stone outside, throwing stone of fake, achievements. What I'm saying, let them come to the grassroots and mingle. Let Adesina, I will have believed what he's saying. If I go to General LASU tomorrow, Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, and I see Adesina queuing for cards and monitoring what is going on there. But you can't just sit down in a comfort zone and be scoring yourself that you see, all these people, I don't believe in their words again. I don't believe in their words. They are all sweet-mouthed people. They are all sweet-mouthed people. I don't believe in their words again. Anything they tell you, if a politician tell you that, good morning, you better come out and check the morning well, whether it's afternoon or whether there's a sunset or there's a sunrise. So anything politicians tell me now that they've done, let them come and point it to me. Go to ordinary hospital there before they will attend to you. I've been to a state hospital here that patients that are supposed to be on bed, they put them on mats on the floor. But if a VIP come down there now, you will see how the DMD, everybody start running a tasketa out. In Nigeria, if you don't have anybody, you are nobody. If you don't have money, you are dead. You are a dead man living in this country. No money, no power, you are a dead man. You are just a moving cup, man. That is what is happening here. So anybody's calling himself on Democracy Day, what is even democracy? Government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Right? And do we enjoy the government of the people? No. Do we enjoy the inclusiveness? No. So we are just like sheep, and they are like shepherds. They are like herdsmen that direct his cows anywhere they want them to. Look at election they want to do this morning. They've invited soldiers. Haven't you seen soldiers around there? And police. Now, the people that you want them to vote for you, you are still using soldier to intimidate the society.
You need to intimidate them or to provide security.
Which security? Who is going to? See, I don't know. Everybody. Is there any problem here? Is there any problem here? Is there any crisis here? Nigerians are minding their own businesses. But me, there are some people that will even just see flood of these people on the road, security men on the road, and the phobia. You know, the phobia will start, and you start creating tensions in people's minds. We are not in Afghanistan. We are not in what's it called, Iraq. We are not in Yugoslavia. What's it called? What's the other called? Afghanistan. Yeah. So why all these things? They will muzzle their way when they want to do election. They will muzzle their way, use all the power, use all the security to, intimidate people. Now, after the election again, they will still use the security to shield themselves from you guys. Anything about Nigerian election, I'm not going to be a partaker.
Any last statement?
Any last statement now for me?
Nigerian government on democracy, on their performance, on the killings, everything.
And you see, Mr. Buhari, wake up from the slumber, because they are killing your people. And if they kill everybody finish, who are you going to govern? Who are you going to govern? So, to me, if it is going to be 2 years, if it is going to be before we have our own regional systems, because Nigeria is not working any longer. And I want to advise him, if he can listen to advice, or should I advise his special advisor, which is Shehu Gaba, so that he can listen to constructive things this morning to tell his master that Nigeria is a failed state in terms of binding us together. But let everybody be on their own as a regional state. So that is when we can keep saying the country, the region will start working well and the people will be happy and be contented. But not this kind of maladministration government, misappropriation government, embezzlement government we are into now. This is a government that they say they are recovering loot, and they are relooting the looted fund. So the corruption under this government, give it, is it A, or what should I give it? A1, yeah, A1. That's the corruption started.
Thank you very much, Mr. Good morning, Mr. David.
Morning, Mr. Christian. It's good to be here once again, and it's a weekend.
We are happy that they are supporting them.
I want to thank our esteemed viewers for reaching out to Sunday, despite the short notice in which he told some persons about his health challenge yesterday, and so many persons have been calling him. I want to say, Nigerians in diaspora, you guys are the real MVP. Kudos to everyone that has really supported Sunday for this time, because I actually don't know what Sunday has done or merited to have people started calling him to know how far. But please, I want to also appeal on his behalf. There's a lot of grounds to cover. I think the surgery is about 250 or like 200. So please, we still have a lot of ground to cover. And we here too will also assist him in whatever way we can do to just make sure it goes for the medical treatment and what they call again operation. Thank you, Nigerians in the diaspora. I say kudos to everyone.
If Sunday were to be in a country, a sane country, a country that works, don't you think that we have access to medical care?
Thank you for that question. That is, I had that thought too in mind. You know what? Nigeria has become a mockery state. Whereby, let's use Sunday now as a case study. Sunday has been battling with this ailment since 2019, and he has been going to hospitals, state hospitals, government-owned hospitals, in which he cannot even afford free medical health care on his own. Sunday, I think on 2 occasions, I think during the lockdown, we went to loot, and then we were told to bring 300,000. Nobody attended to us. Lagos State Teaching Hospital. We went to Ifakoti, the teaching hospital. We went there all because we could not have 50k just to deposit. Now, nobody wanted to attend to him. Nobody. You can see the state of the nation. Yeah. Now, if you don't have money, you cannot access good medical health care in Nigeria. And even if you have money, bed space in Nigeria has been sold out. Bed space. If you want to be admitted or if you want to sleep overnight in any government-owned hospital, you need to pay 10,000 naira for just bed space alone. Bed space. The treatment fee is not attached to it. Bed space. Every night, doctors, nurses keep collecting 10,000 naira for bed space alone. Even if you spend 1,000 days in that place, you pay 10,000 times 100. How much is that? And we have government in Nigeria. Nobody. Ever since he has been visiting the teaching hospital, he has not been giving free what medical care. Drugs. Sunday has not been giving free drugs. Every drugs he has purchased, every drugs there, he purchases with his own money. And we have government in the country. Is this country? There's no government.
But his aides are saying that he has.
See, I tell people, Femi Adesina used to be my pastor. Femi Adesina attend Foursquare. I'm a Foursquarean. Femi Adesina, when I know that Femi Adesina has never been a sincere man. When I get admission in 2015, I told him, sir, I need your help. Help me. I want to pay my school fees. Femi Adesina told me categorically. He told me to my phone. He said we should keep on praying. That was what he told me. He's a Foursquarean. He attended my church. I told him I want to pay my school fees. He said we should keep on praying. But his own children are there outside schooling. So I don't think Femi Adesina as someone serious. He doesn't come to church again. He has stopped coming to church. Femi Adesina cannot come to church again. He cannot come to church. Ever since he has not joined the bandwagons, he never can come to church. I'm not surprised. Femi Adesina could come on here and start saying Buhari has achieved a lot. What has Buhari achieved? How many persons has Femi Adesina given job in my church? I want to challenge him. If Nigeria is safe, let him come to Lagos. Femi Adesina for 2 years now, he has stopped coming to Lagos. He sits down in Abuja and is writing one stupid scorecard. What has improved under this government? What are the scorecard? Is it healthcare sector? Government has performed woefully. Insecurity. The president failed. The president is a retired general. Even in his field, security, he has failed. Economy. We are not even expecting much from him because he is a daft man. He doesn't know much about the laws of supply and demand.
He has people that are his ministers.
You see, when you don't appoint technocrats, when politicians are the one championing, driving our economy, we cannot have viable economy. If truly president wanted something good for Nigeria, Okonjo-Iweala, he should have bring her on board, because these people are technocrats. These people made Nigeria GDP second fastest growing GDP then in Africa. You can see all this. Infrastructure wise, zero. Not infrastructure. Education also has been on strike. I listened to when he said, Femi Adesina said, COVID-19, government tackle COVID-19. While we are at home during the pandemic, how much was being given to you? How much was being given to me? Even not for Nigerians in the diaspora, via this platform that give us money. Most of us here would have been dead by now. How much did they give us? The government give us penny during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Some people they received
Who received what? Let them come outside. The only thing I received was in my street. They cooked porridge yam. They put it inside nylon bag. Then I say, we have 40 houses in my street now. There were like 2 houses, ratio 1, inside 1 poly bag, porridge jam. You don't even know the source of the porridge jam. So that is the only thing I receive, and I do not eat it. 40 porridge jam that was cooked inside nylon. They were giving us one spoon. One spoon, yes. Let them come outside and say, so what did you benefit from them? What is working in the country? Nothing is working. No sector of the economy is working. Which where is the railway?
The one that's being built from.
See, government should not score themselves. Let we score them. Aside from, you should not seek opinion from us here alone. Interact with Nigerians on the streets. Nobody will tell you that this government is working. Nobody. Only 5%. And those 5% are those benefiting from government. Let them tell us the sector. Education sector now. ASU has been on strike for like 2 years now. ASU on strike for 2 years. Unemployment now is not the order of the day. Nobody get job again. Nobody. What do you want to tell us? See, one thing I tell Femi Adesina is that Femi Adesina, definitely Buhari tenure will be over. He will come back and meet us in church. Me, I'm waiting for him in church. He will come back.
What will you do? What will you do?
We will boo him out now. We will boo him because Femi Adesina claimed to be a pastor. Femi Adesina is an ordained pastor in First Square. Ordained pastor. And these are visible. These achievements are just audio achievements. They are not visible. Nothing is working in the economy. Inflation has become the order of the day. Insecurity, you can no longer sleep with your 2 eyes open, closed. As a Nigerian, can you access loan? If it were to be in the Western world, Sunday will not come on here and start soliciting, asking people just to support him, for him to just go for surgical operation. In the Western world, these are things government can take care of, even without you paying a dime. It's visible. But go to loot. If you don't have money there, money for best person only is 10,000 naira. Even go to loot, there is no paracetamol there. So, sir, what are we saying? We just come here every day to talk. I know this government has failed us woefully. In terms of rule of law, this government does not obey rule of law. Corruption has now become the order of the day. Nigeria now, the former MD of what's it called, MPA, Adiza, stole $105 billion US. And the president has not arrested her. EFCC has not gone after her. ICPC has not gone after her. If that should be someone from the south now, EFCC and co would have been going after her. And he said, I said, I'm running government. What kind of government is this? In a certain country, government provide job, government creates enabling environment. Investors will come and invest their money. But now, investors can no longer come in because of what insecurity challenge. Investors now, most Nigerian companies are now shutting down. They are leaving Nigeria. That is why everybody now you see now, we are just roaming about. There is no job. We are just roaming about, working.
Any concluding statement?
My conclusion is that if they refuse to divide Nigeria, let us adopt 1963 regional system of government. Let every region control their resources. That is the only way. We can develop. Because we cannot be using our own money, our oil money to feed some miscreants, hoodlums, vagabonds in government. And these people, we are not benefiting anything from them. As a Nigerian, ever since I have been born, I have not benefited anything up to now. The least pure water, I buy it with my money. The least pure water. The school I went to, I paid. Now NYC is even owing me money. NYC government is even owing money. When I served as a copper, government told me 5 months. Alawi, I've been going to there up to now. What they've been telling me is they will pay.
Thank you very much.
Chiku, my brother, good morning, and good morning to you viewers there. I thank you for your concern. Our concern about our brothers' health, ill health. Mr. Sunday. It was a nice talk when we were, on a meeting last week. Sunday brought his leg out and he showed us. So we all felt bad and advised that we notify you people about his ill health. So we thank you because we can see you are stretching your, friendship hand already. Thank you, gesture. We thank you. Please, we thank you. We love you for what you are doing. We are still begging and prostrating some of you, please. We need to operate on that leg. Operation, please. We are begging. And may God bless all of you who are about to do something and who have done something already. May God bless you. May God enrich you. May God protect you. Something like that will never happen to you. You will not be sick, you viewers over there. May God bless all of you in Jesus' name. Amen. So,
okay, with the threat and killing in Southeast, on Monday is a sit-at-home order. IPOB sit-at-home order.
yeah.
There is still fear in the hearts, in the minds of people in the Southeast. The IG came out and said that if you stay in your house, write your will.
Jesus Christ.
So, looking at that threat,
IG of police.
yes, this morning, looking at that threat, do you think that sit-at-home order hold?
Wow! IG said, Inspector of Nigeria said that if any Igbo sit back at home, he should write his will. Hey! Is a word, is a remark made by Alikali Baba. Is that his name?
Yes.
Let me tell you, the Alikali Baba, this kind of dangerous remark will be echoing and re-echoing forever.
It was made by the Commissioner of Police in Imo.
Commissioner of Police in Imo State. Okay. That is a very, very murderous statement. And it is going to be echoing and re-echoing until Jesus Christ comes. I tell you that man himself, Commissioner of Police in Imo State, he should be by now writing his will. Not Igbo people, not Imo people, not Anambra people. Okay, let me just expand it. Not Delta people, not Edo people, not Yoruba people, not Ijaw people. That's a very, very bad threat. It doesn't concern him because he has no feeling. IPOB sit at home, they're just remembering Biafran Day. It is a self-determination, self-realization something. It doesn't concern any man. Okay, my mom, I believe, died July 1995. I think the date was 14th. I was in my early 20s. You understand? So every July 14th, I got the feeling within me. I do what I like. If I like, I go walk. If I like, I sit at home. Do you understand? I always sit quiet. So why? Somebody is just celebrating himself, celebrating his nation. You are threatening him. This threat from the Fulani imperialists is getting out of hand. But let me tell you, they are scoring Buhari card high now. Obawu, the Calabar priest, he said that Buhari did well for the past 6 years, that we are the people. He said, viewers, look behind my back, you see Obawu, the pastor that told you that he has scored Buhari. You see him. That is what we are saying. You see it. You see it. You see the fucking statement he's making. You see it. So okay. So now we tell you the kind of country we have. The kind of country we have.
They give up peace. We lost the general of this country. They bring peace to the nation.
Yeah. The bad leadership we have in this country is what is echoing in Southeast.
Commander-in-Chief of the armed forces, a man of God. Man of God, Imam.
The bad leadership that happened in the past and the present in this country is what is re-echoing in the Southeast. Igbo man is sitting back at home because
he now killed his brother for studies. See Buhari that killed his brother. See Buhari that born all the politicians. Who born it? It's your brother. It's you.
You heard him?
That is it.
You heard him?
Don't deceive yourself.
These are the kind of
You
people
do
we
the
have
thing
in
that
the
what
country.
that put you in bondage. Buhari is what? A grown man.
Look at it.
You have a governor. You have councillor. Come meet them.
His mothers, his fathers are not going farm anymore.
Come meet your president.
Yes-men are disturbing them
Meet
in the
your
farm.
governor. Meet your councillor.
He still buys the idea.
They are doing bad.
If his mother or auntie gets killed in the
Who
farm,
tell you?
if the herdsmen attack his father
So
or
what
his
happened?
aunties,
Because
will he
I
be
say
saying
God, they
this?
cannot attack me. Yes, nothing happened.
You
The
see
best
it.
president I ever had.
You see it.
Muhammad Buhari is the best president.
That's what
Let
I'm
your
telling
hero
you.
drop their life for what?
You say it.
For what?
Wait,
For Biafra.
let him talk.
Yeah.
Drop your life for
Calm down,
Biafra. Let me
calm
see you.
down. Calm down, calm down, calm down. Let him talk.
About General drop your life for us.
Pastor, calm down.
Drop your life for General for Biafra. Make I see.
When the
You are running.
handshake passes
You are
the
running,
elbow,
running.
it becomes
How many
another
times you
thing.
running? 3 times.
And I tell you that
And you are talking.
when you see a man that
I'm a man.
laugh,
No shaking.
laugh,
Go. You have no speech to talk because I'm a man. I talk pinpoint here.
Jesus Christ is the Lord.
Yes.
Whosoever has called
Do you
Buhari
serve him?
high,
Do you know him? Say pray for your president.
you see it.
You pray for your king, your president, your
You
brother.
see it?
I pray for him.
This is
You
what we
pray
are
for your
suffering
body.
in this country. We
Say,
have some.
pray for your president. How dare you talk? How dare you talk? How dare you talk?
Man.
Calm down.
So I think you viewers, I don't think we have anything anymore to tell you viewers because the analysis, the analysis we are doing. It's part of the system anyway. It's part of the system. It's part of what we are doing. It's part of the interview. It's part of the political analysis. You can see by yourself. I don't need to tell you. There are some people that support evil. There are some people that support good. In a community, that's good. You see it. So yes, you can see by yourself. I don't need to tell you that there are people still that like what Buhari is doing. This bad leadership. There are people that are hailing him. There are people that are scoring him high. And I want to shock you. He is not a Fulani man. This man comes from Calabar. He's a Cross River man.
Because he's hate anybody.
His brothers are dying. His mothers are dying. His sisters are dying. His governor just cross-carpeted the other day from PDP to APC, governor of his state. If Obon has lost his sister in the bush where she was farming, she was raped by I'm just giving an instance, by the Fulani herdsmen, raped and killed her. Obon will have no business supporting Buhari, this regime. When a young dog corpse is carried on the head, people don't know how the mother dog feels. Ebulu ozu onye ozo n'isi, ọ dị ka ebu ozu nwa nkịta n'isi. Obama is supporting this evil regime because he doesn't know how fellow other Nigerians are feeling about this. He doesn't know what other fellow Nigerians are going through, are facing. He claims to be a pastor. You know the kind of people. Let's not go to that pastoral flank anyway. But I'm telling you that I scored Buhari so low. In terms of security, people have been dying since 2015 till now. Non-stopping. No day that breaks, no night that falls. Fulani herdsmen, bandits, Boko Haram has not killed anybody. They kill Nigerians 365 days from 2015 to 16 and on. Count the days for me. Multiply it by 30, 50, 40, 14, 15, 20, 10, 100, 76. 116 2 days ago in Benue. 34. Go there and see it. That was yesterday. Again, my brother, 20-something, I think he's there this morning. Kaduna 4. River State, how many? Nigerian soldier shot in Imo State day before yesterday, a woman in her supermarket, a man that was coming from farm, 60-year-old man. That one sparked serious protests in Onitsha and in Nnewi. They were shooting at that axis of Onitsha and Nnewi till daybreak. That military operation in Igbo land is illegal and none of the soldiers are going to cross that head bridge. They are holed up in Igbo land so that they will kill all of us. The spate, the sage, the outrageous insecurity in Nigeria is echoing everywhere in our forest. The forest of Adamawa, open a forest in my town. Ipogba forest in Umweri, everywhere they cut off insecurity. Sambisa forest, northeast. Ondo forest or a forest, insecurity everywhere. Now, Buhari is forcing Anambra State, Abia State, go to the paper there. Our governor said, we don't have land for reserve. It is Ruga. Ruga has been cancelled. Now, indirectly, it's bringing Ruga back. Yet, some bloody idiots, like Ekiti State Governor, is scoring Buhari high. Lai Mohammed is scoring Buhari high. The whole office of the presidency is scoring. They are scoring Buhari regime high. The last 60 years is full of wars, cry, agony, pains in Nigeria. We are gnashing our teeth. Nobody cares. United Nations doesn't care. Anyway, I heard them. They have nothing to do with us. Nobody cares that people are dying on daily basis here, even the military. They don't care. Instead of taking over from that bloody man, pursue him, send him away from that office. The military are conniving with him because they are all his brothers. All the Nigerian militaries, the military as an institution in Nigeria is just constituted of the Fulanis. The late general that was blown up amid air is being replaced by Farouk Yaya. Farouk Yaya is not Mazi Emeka or Mazi Namde. That is Sam Fulani. That is to show you the kind of government we have in Nigeria. So let me tell you, Adechino, who is talking trash, scoring Buhari regime, hi. Is he a Christian? He's not a Christian. Adechino, I believe that man is not a Christian. Likewise, Ochibanjo, the vice president, who would have come out and tell us, no, we have failed you people. We apologize. Sorry. For where? He is there, manning his computer. Every day you see him, he posts on the computer. Why people are dying. So what are you saying, Chiku? Insecurity in Nigeria everywhere. What has entered snake mouth? Inside the hole. From the mouth down to each elementary canal. Then maybe it might come to the anus. It's bigger than snake.
Lastly, with the threat on the lives of Biafrans or Nigerians in the southeast,
yeah,
would you see them adhering to this sit-at-home order?
Yes, sit-at-home order is what we do in the southeastern Nigeria. Even when we were young there, we remember May 31st as the day we celebrate Biafra. Buhari regime is not the only regime on earth that witnessed sit-at-home. Only that the man is mad. Anyway, he's late. Some people are masquerading themselves as if they are the same Buhari. But I know that the cabals, like Malami and the rest of them, they won't be happy to see us observe it this year. But they can't stop us. So it is the normal ritual we do in the East, and it has helped to stay. And this year, sit at home is the best and is the most regrettable because many things will happen. Let me tell you, Biafra, let me tell you something you don't know, Mr. Journalist. Biafran flag is going to be hosted today or tomorrow, and nobody, they are going to hoist our flag, and nobody has the rights to bring that flag down. Army. Nigeria Army. We are going to host our flag and watch it. Who will go there and bring it down is the actual hero. But when they fail to do that, we are the hero, we are the heroine. All of us in the south is there. So, sit-at-home order has come, and that is the declaration of Biafra. It must be this month.
Thank you very much. Okogondem, good morning.
Morning.
You heard Mr. Raphael. Maybe you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, my viewers, people who love truth all over the world, I salute. Take 5. I am Mr. Okpara, the new Okokondem. In this second Biafra Republic, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live, long live, long live Republic of Biafra. Thank you, my people. Hey,
to make a comment before you throw any question to me. You see that vagabond that call himself Ubong or whatever Gideon. Let me tell you, that guy don't know whom is his father. That guy, Fulani herdsmen or Fulani army of Nigeria, pregnanted his mother, raped his mother in a forest after the Civil War. The war ended 1970. Around that December, war ended January 13th, 1970. Around the same territory of, it's not up to March before the Fulani army, Janjaweed Fulani army of Nigeria that time, that OAU deceive us and say no victor, no vanquish. They disarm us and they carry back, raped his mother, and his mother begot him. Look his stature, look his tongue, look his color. Does it look like me? I'm typical Biafran man.
Igbo man.
Typical Biafran man. I'm first of all Biafran before Igbo. Igbo is my tribe. My nation is Biafra. My Igbo is my tribe. My nation is Biafra. And the nations must see the tribe. Yes, am I right? If I'm right to say yeah. So the man ask him the name of his father. He will find one name in Cross River or Akwa Ibom and tell you he don't know who is really his father. Take his picture, take his look, his character. You know that is Fulani product. Thank you. People should not match him. He's a mad dog of Fulani.
Okay, IPOB sit at home. The army is threatening Easterners. You are threatening Easterners. If you sit at home, you write your will.
Who said the
Commissioner of Police Imo State.
Information of Police Imo State.
Commissioner of Police.
Commissioner of Police Imo State. Fine. Commissioner of Police of Imo State, have he not one day sit at home in his house? If he never one day sit at home in his house, let him come now and bring the paper to write the will and share it house to house for them to write the will. But if he have ever sit on home for one day and said the people that who want to rest should not rest, then he know what to do. He should write his own first by himself. Imo State Police Commissioner, I don't know his name because I cannot pronounce the name of his tribe. But if he really mean what he said, let him order his men or come out by himself and lead the squad and go to house and serve them paper to write their will. Then we will know who will write his will and who will not write his will. Let him try it and let us see what will be. If he's a man, if he have command, if he have authority, if he is more than God, Father Yahweh, if he's more than Father Yahweh, let him go and carry the assignment out by himself or with his troop.
But they have been killing young people in Igbo land.
Because the armed forces of Nigeria are armed forces of madness. That's why Abiola called them mad people when he was alive. How can you see a young man, a teenager of 13 years, you kill him? He's a Mossop member. What can he do? How can you see an old man of 60 years, 70 years, 80 years and kill him? That is a member of IPOP. Can that one run? What can that one do? Which will show you the grey mentality upstairs of Nigerian armed forces. That's what I'm saying. And people will talk. Why are they killing police? Why are they burning police station? The person you employ, we are taxpayer. Your money, you buy uniform, buy him gun. He turn it to kill you. With your money, with the gun you buy for him. Then why should you be happy with him? Okay, now, why should you sit at home? The one in Southeast Biafra land is paying the Nigerian government to the extent their police are giving order that people should do what? Who sit at home should write his own way. Okay, we are now what? Today is 29.
Democracy Day.
29, Democracy Day. On June 12th, Democracy Day. Who observed that democracy? Where that democracy? Today is 29, Anarchy Day. Not Democracy Day. Anarchy Day. I think today was the day that 2015 they swear Buhari in as a president. That day was the day Nigeria swear anarchy in. So every day, as far as he's concerned on so-called Asrock throne, every day he came to celebrate 29 at Democracy Day. Make sure you are celebrating Anarchy Day, not democracy. Now on June 12th, the Westerners, the Oduduwa Republic, we celebrate June 12th of 1993 election. When they are celebrating it, when they others sit at home, or when they are robbing in the street, jumping up and celebrating, let me see who will go and shoot them or tell them to write their will. I think that Sunday Igboho is parading up and down, not paraded, doing what he's supposed to do. Sunday Igboho doing the right thing, taking his people, demonstrating, asking for their own republic, stand up for their own republic. How many people have gone and shoot him? But why Southeast own, South own, Biafra own are so worst? Why? Because the fear of Igbo man, the fear of Biafra is the acceptance of the greatness of Biafra. And that's what I'm saying. The fear of Biafrans are the acceptance of the greatness of Biafra. That's what I'm saying. So sit at home, Biafra have rights to do it. We have rights to say we don't do it. But sit at home, we are taking it to remember the day of Biafran emerges as a nation. And that's what I'm saying. The Jewish Holocaust from 1936 to 1944, they are still holding it. Oh, why Nigeria is angry? We are not all still talking. Why should we sit at home? Because they are not paying us the crime they commit against us. Up to today, Germans are paying for the killing of Jews. Germans has a fine they are paying. I think it's time for me to take Nigeria to World Court for them to come and start paying us genocide of 1967 to 1970. They're supposed to pay us that genocide. Anyway, I think they have to do it.
Okay. Score Buhari for the past 6 years.
Oh, Buhari tried a lot. You see that man? He's a man who will make a promise and fulfill his promise. Ask me why. I said, ask me why.
Why?
Why is because he said those that vote him, he will give them 95% consideration. And those who did not vote him, he will give them 5% consideration. As he's doing it, practical, by trying to eliminate the Easterners, the Biafrans who did not vote for him. He tried a lot. And he told us that when he come, he will vanish Boko Haram, give him only 6 months. He will restore electricity, he will restore light for us, kidnapping will stop, fuel will come down. The man did well. As he come, he really, technically, he defeated Boko Haram technically. But practically and physically, Boko Haram is waxing strong. Taking lands in the north. That's achievement. He told us. He told us that stopping Boko Haram, he burned Fulani herdsmen. The man tried a lot. Instead of him to stop Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen, he burned them. Instead of stopping Fulani herdsmen, he burned bandits. Instead of stopping bandits, all sort of crime, kidnapping start happening. The man, yes, he did well by putting food on our table. Most of us are talking here. Maybe if we talk finish now, if managed to see pure water, 20 naira a sachet we will drink. Before he came in, pure water was 5 naira a sachet. Now, as in present regime, pure water is 20 naira. Is the man not trying? Yes, he boosts our economy. Our economy is booming. He came in, and our debt was the worst. We are the worst debted country in the world. Yes, he tried. People can score him because what I found in Nigeria, suffering and smiling, according to Fela, Nigerians are suffering and are smiling.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Okokondem. Wonderful.
Yeah, I am Mr. Okokondem in this new Second Republic of Biafra. Omo Biafra, onara hakwanona, onye ndị rogbara gburugburu eche nche mgbe niile. Nnamdi Kanu arahakwanona, jiji kiji. Jehovah ganonyere gị. Sit at home in the land of Biafra. Continue. Jehovah will give us the strength to overcome. We must surely overcome. By the name of Yahushua. Say amen. Shout amen.
Amen. Chigozie, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr.
Do you have anything
Christian.
to say before I ask you any questions?
I may want to appreciate firstly the CEO of this Flip TV for his understanding and assistance even at this important critical time. Yes. kudos to you, sir. We do appreciate you. In fact, I will want to say that the beauty of Flip TV is yet in the future. We've not seen the best yet. So, and we'll continue to pledge our allegiance and support to the management of Flip TV. And to the esteemed viewers who have identified with Sunday at this trying moment, may God richly reward you. Thank you. I do appreciate for standing with us in general. I say thank you. We'll continue to seek for your support and encouragement. God bless you. Remain safe wherever you are.
Okay, I will start with scorecard of Buhari the past 6 years. Today is supposed to be a democracy day. Now you have visited June 12. So let's score Buhari the past 6 years.
Well, if Buhari should happen to be my student, I think he wouldn't even have the opportunity of being tutored by I myself. Because first is not eligible to be found within the classroom.
Doesn't have a capacity of learning.
Let alone to, he has shown over time that he's a dummy and he's not learning anytime soon. If at all the man we are talking is alive. So, and look at what Malami or Garba Shehu said. Why he didn't honor the so-called chief of staff, army staff. The last honor that he should have given to one of his henchmen, he wasn't there. So if he was to be alive, nothing would have stopped him from grazing such occasion. So that invariably means that the man is no longer there. So they are just covering up. So who do I call a dead man? It will be, I don't want to insult the intelligence of my esteemed viewers. So why do I have to score him? He's dead. Probably he should meet my father there. So I think my father should do the needful. Yes, because I don't have to discuss if he's a living man, then I will have something to say.
Okay, let's look at IPOB sit at home. There has been a threat on the lives of Easterners in the southeast that if you don't come out, just be ready to write your will. Will this put fear in the hearts of Easterners not to come out on the 12th of May?
Well, you don't. Threats has been part of us, and we have lived with threats, and we have survived. We are survivors of this threat. So it doesn't make any sense to me when you say you want to threaten me. You are just rather reminding me what I have already overcome. You see, we've overcome the fear of death, which is the greatest fear anyone that could subjugate anyone to a perpetual bondage. So we are above threats, and when you are coming with your threat, whatever, you are just making nonsense. You see, people that survive full-blown war for 30 months, what other threat do you want to do? Genocidal attempt, sponsored by the states. With the allies, not just by the states, with other foreign allies. You could not succeed exterminating us. What other greater threat when we lost over 3.5 innocent children? We are starved to death. So what other threat are you coming with that you think that can dislodge us? So
you are saying nothing can stop.
At all is impossible. We are used to threats, but in that circumstances, you get the best of us. So you think that somebody that is coward can stand here and castigate the government? Somebody that is a coward cannot stand here and criticize the government and tell the government the truth. So the only thing I can owe them is just one bullet. But I must tell them the truth and nothing more, even at the point of death. So what you can tell me, of course, people have gone before me. I was privileged to survive by December December 11 this year. I'll be clocking 40 years. So what do I need to fear? By saying the truth. So we are used to threats, and if you think that by threat you can deter us, you can discourage us, Biafra is an ideology. So this sit at home is a reminder to us what we have passed through and where we are now and where we are heading to. So we, by this observation, we want to remind ourselves that we are not yet where we ought to be. We have a promised land. We are still passing through the process of wilderness journey. Not until we get that promised land, we won't back up. So whatever threat is coming from the Nigerian government, of course, they should go and bury their dead.
There are killings in the southeast. There are killings. Young men are being taken to unknown destinations, and we find out that their life is taken, or we don't even know where they are. What is the IPOB or the ESN doing about it?
Yes, we are aware of that Nigerians security forces are raiding villages and hamlets, arresting young men and all that. It's just to take them to a unknown destination to exterminate them. But that notwithstanding, that can't be enough to stop the passion we have for our own nation. You see, the love we have for our nation, Biafra, is greater than the threats that any threat we can get from Nigeria or any other direction. So it will not be enough to stop us. Let them continue the killing, but let me tell you, nobody has a monopoly of violence. You see, we are already in the state of anarchy. And anytime soon, of course, the boys are no longer smiling. It is no longer business as usual. And the fear of the unknown gunmen has become the false wisdom of the Nigerian states. You can see most of the policemen and the military police officers and others, they no longer move about the southeastern region, you see, with their uniform or camouflage. Because they know that once they do that, of course, the unknown gunmen definitely will catch up with them and probably send them for judgment. And those who have been sent for judgment have not yet, probably they see the hold-up is too much, the queue is too much for them and to be considered.
Any concluding statement?
Yes, sit at home is a noble cause. It reminds me of the agony of the past. And it's also encouraged me to look for that future that is full of hope. It reminds me of the bondage we have passed through. You see, the season of captivity. It reminds me the loved ones who has paid this ultimate price to safeguard me, to safeguard my own ancestral home. You see, if they never paid such sacrifice, I wouldn't be alive today. So it's a moment of reflection, it's a moment to celebrate them, it's a moment to appreciate their heroic adventures. And also, for us, we have to continue the fight. Otherwise, we'll be disappointing those who have gone before us. So there is no other way forward than to remain resolute, to remain undeterred until we get the target. And we must strike it at this time. Okay. The only way forward is for us is Biafra, because we know in Biafra we have hope. In Biafra we have consolidation of development and prosperity for all. In Biafra, our freedom, our joy, that we can have that absolute consolation. Okay. And in Biafra, we can have an identity, okay, which of course has been lost within the contraction called Nigeria. Okay. So kudos and to my esteemed fellow Biafrans across the world. So it is moment, it's high time, wherever you reside, don't think that it doesn't affect you. Because whatever affects us down here also affects you. So do whatever you can to support this struggle. And while we do our best here,
Okay, thank you very much, Mr.
God bless you.
Chigozie. That is a wonderful one from Mr. Chigozie. Okay, thank you everyone for watching us. Flip TV, thank you for those that have responded, those that have responded through chat, for those that have responded supporting Mr. Sunday. We don't know your names, but we are going to appreciate you as you do. So thanks, a big thank you to Flip TV boss, Mr. Abiodun Kupoli. He has been supportive. And also a big thank you to the man behind the camera, Oluwa Bori, a wonderful guy with us. And also I'm Christian Chuku. But I want to say one thing. If the Fulani herdsmen, the Miyetti Allah, have been carrying out these attacks, terrorist attacks, and killed so many, why is the government not going to label them terrorists? Why are you labeling the IPOB men terrorists? Have not done 10% of what this Fulani has done. That's my own opinion. We need a country whereby there will be fairness, justice, and equity. I'm Christian Chuku. If you want to reach me, Chuku Christian on Facebook. Bye for now. Same time, same place on Monday. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to Sunrise Daily. We're coming to you live from Uyo. I'm Chamberlain Uso.
Good morning. I'm Maupe Ogun Yusuf.
I'm Ayo Makinde. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Well, you know why the country grapples with all of this security, insecurity, whichever way that people describe it. You expect policing to always be in the front lines of some of these actions, as the case should be normally. But then the comments of the acting IGP raises some concern because it just gets you wondering. So, wow. And because he said it to everybody, put those who may have been trying to game the system or take advantage of any loophole that there is, as they always try to do, when he says, look, the disbandment of SARS has created a vacuum in policing. And so the regular men and women of the police cannot immediately step in and then perform the functions of the disbanded SARS, even though he says, yeah, there was SWAT, but then they still have this challenge. So, then there's so many questions concerning that, because you'd have thought, okay, when SWAT came, you saw images of them training. At that time, they had told us, well, yeah, these men are capable to step into that. So now he's telling the whole world that, well, that is not actually the case, because that's the way it comes across once stands corrected. But even beyond that particular one, there are questions as to what happens to those SARS men, by the way? Did they leave the force? Where were they? So does that mean that they can't contribute if they've undergone several other kinds of training, perhaps debrief, as they say in those circles, to ensure that they have a role or play a certain role in the policing system of this country? So who knows? But I'm not sure he's saying, well, will that pass as an excuse for not stepping in and perform the functions which we expect them to do?
Well, I don't know what was trying to offer was an excuse. I sincerely hope it's not, because he is the IGP, and we look to him to ensure that the police performs as it ought to perform. Sadly, they're performing far under par, and that's one of the reasons why we have the military involved in almost every single operation. You know, a number of people will tell you that the military is involved in about 33 operations. I mean, in 33 states of the 36 states of Nigeria, and that is significant. That is highly significant, and they're in internal security operations, which is not supposed to be the case. So we're still looking to the police to ensure that they live up to their responsibility. There's a lot of conversation along how the police needs to be better equipped, given the right equipment, ensure that, you know, a number of changes happen within that. I think, and only recently, I think the Police Act was looked into again and was passed. So I do not know if they have been able to take full advantage of all the new recommendations or all the new, what do they call those lines, subsections in their act. I do not know. However, listening to the IGP talk about the vacuum, the questions which you have raised, Chamberlain, are extremely valid. And I think that, what he needs to do now is elaborate. We should ask him, Mr. IGP, when these people were disbanded, they were not fired, they were not sacked. So we want to imagine that these people are still in the police force. So if they are in the police force, their office, interestingly, I live in Abuja, and I happen to pass by the office every single morning when I'm going to work. I mean, there is a SARS office. It's still called SARS, interestingly. Oh, it's still, well, no, this is informal, in informal circles. I mean, that office is still called SARS, where you pass by.
Even if you do that.
Even if you, exactly, it's like NEPA and,
or prisons.
And NITEL, a prison. No matter how you change the name to, oh no, correctional facility. That you're on your own. We know what we're talking about. The office is still very much there. So you have to ask the people who report there every morning, what are they doing? The equipment, the vehicles, and everything that was provided for that particular office, is it that it's no longer being put to use because it doesn't have a name? Or precisely what exactly is, when the IGP says, since the disbandment, we have been severely affected as a result. I'm sorry, sir, I don't quite understand. Can you elaborate a bit more? And I think a lot of Nigerians will want to know what precisely he means by, since they were disbanded. Maybe as a result, there is no direct leadership to guide the affairs and ensure that maybe they are directed in one direction to ensure that, they're focused on curbing criminality or curbing, but I'm sorry. Well, these are all the conjectures in my head. But as far as I'm concerned, we still see that there's an office there. We still see men who used to dress in the way that we're complaining that the old SARS were dressing up, and they're stopping vehicles and they're searching them. And they look like police officers, they look like the old SARS people. So, sir, I'm still not clear on what you mean by it is affecting the Nigeria police.
In the first place, guys, why the need for SARS? The Constitution is clear. The Police Act that you quoted is clear. The primary function of the police is prevention of crime, not fighting crime, prevention of crime. So have we been able to do anything about that to ensure that there is no need to do all those things? In all of the provisions of the functions of the police, you will find the functions of the EFCC there. Was there a need for EFCC if the police was as effective as it ought to be? Secondly, this whole NSAS or no NSAS thing, for God's sake, we all know how it started. It started as a hashtag trending on Twitter as a result of several years of police brutality that so many people have complained over and over again. Question you want to ask is, how responsive was the police to ensure that things didn't spiral out of control? That's on the one hand. Secondly, so many people have lost their lives. So many cases are reported to the police to the point that the person who reports a case to the police becomes the guilty party. These things happen all over the place, and people have complained over and over again. How responsible was the police system, police management, police structure at that time? Even now that the disbandment was announced, how much communication has gone out to say, okay, we have disbanded SARS? Because from what Malcolm is saying, I'm almost certain that 80% of the youth, who is 70% of Nigeria's population, will say she's right. NSAS has not really ended. Because
and this is me living in the Federal Capital Territory.
And how much more those who are living in so many other parts of the country that are far less visible than that. So, and then most of the time when we are talking about insecurity, for God's sake, we hear soldiers, we hear so many security consultants, we don't get to see the police. So what exactly is this? We don't know if the police has a challenge.
In addition to that, I just wonder, so if he says the regular policemen are not able to step into that gap, does it mean that SWAT is not performing that function? So it's not regular policemen who are performing that kind of function. So what does SWAT then do?
Goes back to the issue of communication. Does that mean that the change of nomenclature is just on paper or in paint? And not in
there was also an uproar when SWAT was formed. There was also one because it came immediately after, you said you scrapped
this
SARS.
comes up right away.
Exactly, and this one comes up right away. So there are huge questions as to whether it was just a change of name and nothing was really going to change. And I think those are the key questions. Has anything really changed since the NSAS protest? What has really changed? I think that's the key question. Aside maybe you see less and less of them on the roads, what else has really changed?
Well, here's what he says at the time.
The Inspector General of Police is the latest guest at the weekly presidential media briefing in the State House. The NSAS protest, which culminated in the disbandment of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad and the lacuna that emerged afterwards, according to the police chief, is a major challenge.
Proscription of SARS and the establishment of SWAT, which has not been able to take up fully, we had a vacuum in tackling most of the violent crimes from a position of strength. We are trying to check in the recruitment issue, which is almost completed, and we are almost 70% done.
Over 3,700 reinforcements have been mobilized to the southeast and the south-south regions, while 1,166 high-profile criminals have been arrested since April 7. However, the Inspector General maintains that the industrial action by judiciary workers means the suspects are yet to be prosecuted, and that is a huge setback.
I have a case that I investigated as an ASP, and as a CSP, I was still called for evidence. So this is our own criminal justice system, how it is. It is a process, it is a long process. Cases can remain in court for 10, 15 years. And it is the same addendum, we come and say justice delayed is justice denied. So who is willing for, I don't know.
It further provides an update on the number of arrests carried out since the attack on Governor Samuel Otom of Borno State.
We've been able to uncover the assailants, and we've been able to establish what had actually happened, contrary to what he has said. And we've been able to, as for those who pull the trigger and those who organize the crime, they are with us. They've been arrested.
The Inspector General of Police is also confident that the legislature will proffer more structure to the concept of state policing that will further complement ongoing efforts at tackling the current desperate challenges in the country. From the Presidential Villa, Gloria Umezuke, Channels Television News.
Time to take you through some of the dailies here today. We'll start with Nigerian Tribune. Non-state actors banks on frustrating democracy. That is ascribed to the NSA. Well, I also kept on reminding us the other day as to the headline in one of the dailies, which we saw. I think, which of the papers? Was it Daily Trust or Leadership that described it as saying the president raises alarm that insecurity was affecting his plans. So now, the NSA has got this perspective. So from the same hem sheet, you get to see this, and then you see 11 officers.
Very interesting headline. President raises alarm.
Yeah, that's why it grabbed a lot of people's attention. I thought, okay, citizens are raising alarm, but if the president is raising alarm,
what are we supposed to do?
So, well, you just wonder. And then you see 11 offices. It's supposed to be, 11 offices, 1,105 ballot boxes, 694 voting cubicles, 429 generating sets lost to attackers in 4 weeks, INEC boss says. So they're consistently pointing us to some of these actions that are happening and its potential impact. So they call for urgent action. Look, even a politician to play the blame game, going back and forth concerning that one. But we know the importance of that date, election dates, which everyone knows. Look, there are even constitutional provisions that have to ensure that they stick to it. But right at the bottom strip, we highlighted that in the opening sequence, if you caught it. SARS disbandments creating vacuum in fight against insecurity, ascribed to the IGP. Says over 3,700 reinforcements sent to Southeast, South, and it goes on. That's the Tribune today.
Let's quickly look at the Vanguard for you. They have this one: 20 generals may go as Buhari names Yahya new chief of army staff. Well, they simply say new course, but chief of army staff is what that abbreviation means there. Look at this: 20 course 35, 36 generals face instant retirement. His appointment from regular course 37 pushes him above course 35, 36 officers. It is the tradition in the military for seniors to bow out when juniors ascend. That's according to a source. So just in case you see the story on the front page of most of the dailies this morning, this provides some context as to why that happened, because he's been appointed from course 37 and there's still course 35 and 36. And I think that the fear that they have is justified. Page 5 will give you all of the details. You have a number of other stories there. Fresh fuel price will shut Nigeria without notice. That's what NLC says. You know, there's been this rumor around 380 naira per liter of you know, so it depends on who you're listening to. NLC is just saying, try it. But I don't think, anyway, let us see what will happen. I want to believe that we will apply a little more wisdom in whatever it is that we decide to do. Because, yes, an increase in the price of fuel will have an immediate impact on the everyday man. And looking at something like almost double what currently, or triple what currently paying for.
It's already taking a hit now, so you can then imagine what happens if it goes any further.
Anyway, that's what the NLC says, and I don't think they're joking. 300%. Yes, indeed. Amnesty International laments spate of killings in Nigeria. That's also there. And they have that story which we focused on earlier. Insecurity. SARS disbandment creating vacuum in policing. That's from the IGP. And, you know, yesterday was Children's Day, just in case you're wondering. Look at this. Children's Day, reinforce child rights protection. UNICEF tells Nigeria. Mr. and Mrs. is there on the front page. I can't see it as clearly as I'd love to, but in case you have a copy of the Vanguard, you can pick it up and see what is there. Let's leave it there for Vanguard.
Leadership Friday has this one, almost saying the same thing as the Nigerian Tribune, or the Vanguard newspaper, beg your pardon. 30 generals to go as PMB appoints new army chief. Farouk Yahya, stories on page 4. Diplomats, experts urge action against ISWAP. Religious leaders caution FG over use of mercenaries. All right, that's what you have on the front page. That's fuel price stories also there. And right under the picture, among others, make your states viable. Mayfield tells governors. Find that story on page 21. Is that saying something that we don't know? Or reinforcing something that we know already? Let me leave it there for the leadership paper.
Look at New Telegraph as well. Over 20 senior military officers may go. That's a huge number. 20,
it is.
30,
30.
especially in the current circumstances.
It's a very, very significant number.
So,
even though we've been told before now that we're quite top-heavy when it comes to the military hierarchy, and ideally we should have a pyramid, but it looks like we have an inverted pyramid of some sort in military services. So I don't know, but generally, if there's still plenty of power in the veins of our generals, why don't you let them be generals?
The question you want to ask is, how is that going to affect the morale of the men?
Big question, because we understand that also happened when the Buratai set were there. When they were appointed first, there was a slew of retirement. While they were in office, the fact that they stayed so long deeply affected morale. And it would seem that with the appointment of General Atahiru, the late General Atahiru, and he said there was some quiet, some peace, some stability just being returned to the military. Now, and there'll be huge questions as to how this new course, and we wish him very well. We sincerely hope he succeeds because it's coming from the theater of operations. But there'll be huge questions as to how he's going to blend with the Chief of Defense Staff and the Chief of Air Staff, and who were all course mates with the with the late Chief of Army Staff. So this retirement, definitely, I mean, this new appointment will raise his own challenges, but I mean, we hope that despite the challenges, they will be able to find some, some blending.
Because one of the writers there talks about the tactical and operational changes that he's going to come up with when assumed office, I guess. But look at this as well. Still speak about that fuel hike. 300% fuel hike. NLC vows to cripple the economy nationwide. Oh dear. Because if we're already taking a hit, the vow to cripple the economy, you can only imagine the kind of impact that will have. So, well, it says, no current negotiation with FG on price increase, threatens to reactivate suspended Kaduna strike.
We have still not recovered from that. I don't know how, I called my AEDC customer service the other day and I said, what is going on? Are we still suffering the impact of Kaduna strike on our electricity supply? And they said, oh, madam, it had nothing to do with Abuja. I said, well, since they declared the strike in Kaduna, electricity supply in Abuja has been very erratic.
In addition to
where
that,
I live in Abuja.
Yeah, because the security situation is challenging enough. Several businesses are taking a hit. Then that strike affected several other, of course, business concerns. And now you have this kind of headline. So you just wonder.
Well, I hope that those who need to do something will do something before we get there. Look at this, a number of other stories. Let's look at Blueprint for you. Yeah. Emergence of new course. APC sets agenda as mixed feelings greets Yahaya's choice. He is a battlefield commander with experience from the ruling party. COAS exhibited hard work, foresight as GOC 1 division. Oftentimes people have very strong preference for people who have commanded GOC 1 division. I don't know why, but that's the division in Kaduna. In military circles is GOC 1D. That's from El Rufai, though. Appointment designated by God. That's from Matala Wale. New COAS should take battle to enemy's territory from Fanikayode. Soldiers jubilate. CSOs differ. So you find all the details. If soldiers are happy, though, that gives you a very, very, gives you a very strong indication as to what could happen. We lost 13 vehicles, 1,105 ballot boxes, others in 41 attacks. Yeah, INEC is raising alarm as well. That's from INEC. You might want to look at the details, and they're telling you that there's emergency. If they're raising alarm, well, we can understand the alarm.
Everybody's raising alarm these days.
Maybe you want to raise.
Where's your own alarm?
The Guardian newspaper is also concerned about the shake-up in the army. Fear of massive retirement grips officers as army gets new chief. Find that as the lead story this morning. Nigeria could lose over 30 generals in 4 months. You're fueling tension, ethnic distrust. YCE Saudis groups blast president. Buhari appoints Mohammed as NAPTIP DG. Abari NOA DG. NOA. Same NOA? Let's hope we hear
there's a new DG, so let us
hope.
Hope.
Oh, God.
Maybe there's cause to hope.
Okay, well, right under the picture, the major picture there, Nigerians to pay more for imported vehicles from June 1.
Oh, the day is over already.
Several countries, even West Africa, they've got, West African countries have this automotive policy that seems to really give us a run. So if we don't do something about that,